Yo, what's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all coming back, tuning in. I kind of really wanted to touch base today on something a bit more different than dancing, because I've been seeing it for the last few days on my Instagram, and I've been seeing a lot more smaller creators in my recommendations, specifically on YouTube. And they've all been kind of circulating around this one topic, and it's inspired me to kind of really talk about it as well. And I really kind of want to dive deeper into the fact that, everyone is much more connected than they think. We're all the same in this perspective of wanting to do something far greater than, what we're normally used to on the day to day. And what I mean is, for those making, content, making videos, making anything in any specific type of art form, again, whether it's dancing or, you're wanting to throw comedy skits through videos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all over the place, right? Everyone has this thing that they're wanting to do, and that's not what makes us relatable. It's that we're trying to become something, again, more than what we are now, and that's what makes us relatable. So with that, we're doing far more than what we can do just in a physical realm, so to speak, of like word to mouth, right? Like, there's only so much you could do with whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, like, dancing, videos, becoming a musician, stuff like that, etc. So you take what your passion is and you put it in front of a lens, and then we spread it online for a much wider audience to see. And we do this with, at the root of ourselves, wanting to spread our passion, to find people that like what we do, that can relate to what we do, and, form connections and build communities with like-minded individuals with what we have going on personally. But along that, something tends to happen where we get into comparing ourselves with the people that we're trying to connect with, right? We come across people that are doing similar things and gaining the attention and the accolades that we are searching for, right? That you were searching for. And it's discouraging because you're not getting that, right? So the comparison to others needs to stop for sure. The courage in order to just keep going has to continue. And that's kind of what I'm really wanting to talk about today. So that's generally it. Start right now. Keep going. It's taken me forever, right? Like, I'm just recently turned 33 years old. I'm a father, and I've been back and forth with, dancing's my number one thing, right? My other big passion is being able to connect people that are around me with food. So I like cooking. I don't show that very much. I have in the past, but I've really wanted to dive in with, like, making videos with dancing and cooking and doing stuff like this, to where I can hopefully add value and give, inspiration, or help somebody get motivated to do what it is they're wanting to do in life. Because I know how it feels to feel like you're stuck and kind of do this tug of war with yourself of back and forth, like, oh, should I do this? Should I do this or that? Or, like, you know what I'm talking about. So whatever, my biggest excuse at the time, which everyone I believe can relate to is the equipment we use. And that's one of the big things I wanted to talk about today. So right now I have recently picked up on the Sony A7 IV, right? And then again, I started wanting to do videos back in, dude, 2014, late 2014, early 2015. And I hesitated on doing so because it may have been, I've always felt like I was somebody that didn't really care about what people think, but I more so think that it's now that I think about it, I was more hesitant on doing it because I was afraid of failing, right? Like we all are. So I never started. Maybe you've never started. Maybe you just started and you don't know if you should keep going. This is your sign right here to keep going. I've had multiple people in my life. Shout out to, Voss and John over at 49th in Alaska. Shout out to Christian, my brother Brandon. I wouldn't be nearly as positive about myself if it wasn't for him as well. We got Ives, Jermaine, countless many more. My little sis, Lil Mo, her parents, like Devin, Calb. Thank you guys. I've come across so many people. One of my biggest supporters since the beginning of everything has been Edward Washington. He's also a really talented singer in Alaska, and I even got Cody, Flow Lounge up in Alaska. All my biggest support system is from Alaska, excluding my family, my kids. It's a lot of the support I get, a lot of the love that I get has been the crowd and friends and family I have in Alaska, and I'm extremely grateful. I wouldn't be mentally where I'm at now without them. I wouldn't be physically where I'm at now without them. I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for them in specific moments of my life. Shout out Ron, Unfit Crowns as well. Multiple talks with the bro for such positive things, and like I said, the list goes on. And I apologize if your name just didn't pop up in the front of my brain. I'm literally doing this off script. I don't ever script what I'm going to say for these videos. But anyways, this is your sign to keep going, right? What I was trying to say is all those individuals that I've named off and many more have helped me get through like creative blocks or self-doubt of what I'm doing, because I felt that I lacked skill, I lacked knowledge, I lacked equipment. The I lacked the talent to do things, because as I was getting the praise from those around me, I often felt that I honestly didn't deserve those words of encouragement, right? I put myself in this state of mind where I'm not actually as good as what people say, or I'm not as good at what I like doing, what I love doing, as everyone said I would, or everyone said I was. And there was a couple individuals that asked me why, and when I really got down to it, I just thought that, they're saying these things just to be nice because they don't want to hurt my feelings. But I'm not actually as good as they're making it sound, right? And I fell into a deep depression for a good minute. And I kind of slowed down on a lot, right? And again, a lot of the people that I've named, they kind of know that. If you've been following me on any social platform, you have seen it multiple times. But with where I'm at in my headspace and the amount of support and love that I've gotten from all these people has been, exceedingly abundant, and I'm forever grateful for that. And again, I want this to be your sign right now to continue going. Whether it's you don't think you're good enough, you are. You probably just aren't putting as much work into what it is you're doing. So because you're not putting in that much work, you're not as confident with yourself. So you're starting to doubt yourself, and you're kind of almost playing the victim of your own situation. And I know this because I was there. I've been there. So work hard for what it is you like doing, for what you love doing. Yesterday's video, we went over my homie B-Boy Ives's whole journey through the Red Bull BC One World Finals this year. That man has worked his ass off to get to that stage. For years, he finally achieved it. He got to the World Finals, battled another top contender, and it didn't go how he would have liked. And he put a video out explaining his thoughts and where he was at mentally during the battle and after. And he has the mind of a champion, right? So shout out Ives, because even though he didn't get the championship title, he is the people's champ in the entire world's eyes. And if that isn't inspiration enough for you, I hope that something soon comes across your way, right? Now, as far as equipment, okay, let's move this over. All right, so aside from the camera I'm recording this on right now, which I had already explained is the A7 IV by Sony with the kit lens, which is the, I believe, f2.8 with the 28 to 70 millimeter. Okay. Moving on from there, we also have the original, or I believe this is not upgraded. This is the original 50 millimeter lens for Sony f1.8, and then I grabbed this off Amazon, which is the 7 Artisans fisheye. Now this one here is a 2.8 f-stop and is as wide as, where is this, 7.5 millimeter. Okay. Also, for the main camera that I was utilizing before I had got upgraded to this one was the Sony CyberShot RX 100 Mark 7. Okay. Little flip out screen here. Believe the zoom lens is from 24 to 200. 24 to 200. Was great, did everything I needed it to do. When I had this camera, shout out Brian, Expression Films. He was the one that recommended me to get this camera, and he was stating for everything that I needed it to do, or that I was looking to do, which were vlogs, dance videos, and probably some low-key vibe cooking videos. This would definitely be the camera he would get for that. So I did get it, and for the longest time, because I lacked the experience of cameras, I didn't fully dive into learning and gaining all the knowledge of the camera, so I felt that I didn't have everything I needed, right? Like, that wasn't good enough. And again, after I actually used it, I had some talks with Voss and John over at 49th. They ran me down on, specific settings, how to utilize, when to utilize those specific settings. And my videos have definitely shot up since having that conversation. And I had to learn more about the camera and how to use it specifically for what I was trying to do in order to level up my videos. For kind of shits and gigs, a while ago, I picked up the GoPro Hero 9, and then I grabbed the Max lens kit to go along with it because, again, I didn't feel like one lens was good enough. So I was out here wasting my money, right? I was spending mass amounts of money for the amount of content I have been, or I was putting out at the time I was getting these items, excluding these. So like the Cybershot, the GoPro, I had Voss actually hooked me up with this little fish lens because I don't, the fisheye, it attaches to your phone. I have like this real weird infatuation with fisheye lenses. So yeah, and then even so, I decided to even work with just my iPhone. So right now I'm currently rocking the iPhone 15. Okay. And before all this, I even decided to sell my Canon DSLR back, I believe it was I want to say 2018. I decided to sell my first DSLR camera, which was a Canon. And I moved into the mobile whole thing with the Moment lenses, got the case to attach the lenses. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go mobile with it. You know, the phone cameras are catching up, so we could just rock that. And I never did. I never did. I spent, this was like 80 bucks. No, 110, 100, and also 110, I believe at the time. This one was like 120. This is the anamorphic lens from Moment. Then we had the 18 millimeter wide, and then the 58 millimeter tele lens from Moment. And I did not utilize those in the fullest extent of their capabilities, along with the phone that was out at the time, which I believe was like the iPhone X10. And yeah, man, I was out here. My point is, I was out here spending so much money and not putting out the content, right? Your phone is definitely good enough. For sure, 100% good enough to just get started, gain traction, get people to know who you are, to enjoy your content, and then you can upgrade to, you know, these little extra things. If you got the money to spend, unlike me, and you have the financial stability, like you can buy these things without, you know, damn, now I got to work like another job to come up with the money I just spent on something I'm not going to fully utilize and make these same mistakes. I'm putting myself under the bus right now. I'm holding myself accountable, calling myself out. And bro, I'm not going to lie. I wasted so much money to get where I'm at right now. And the amount of content that I should have put out throughout the entirety of this whole journey here. And I don't even have half the equipment I used to have because I was just, again, wasting my damn money and my time. I also have the DJI Mini 2 SE, right? I ended up getting this so I can just learn how to fly a drone. I didn't want to spend more than $300 on a drone that I end up crashing and destroying. Currently, right now, for my audio, I'm using the wireless, the Rode Wireless Go 2. I have multiple external hard drives, little SD cards, little thumb drives. For the camera I'm shooting on now, I grabbed a K&F Concept variable ND. I also have a polarizer from them, and then 95% of my editing, I'm not 100% of my editing. What am I talking about? 100% of my editing for any of the videos that you see me do for Instagram, for YouTube, is all on my MacBook Air. This is the 2020 M1 MacBook Air. And got that for a solid deal in, I want to say, 2021. And yeah. And then one of my newest toys that I got specifically for this camera as well was the Small Rig Magic Arm Super Clamp thingamajiggy. And I've gotten some real cool, unique shots with that. And again, I picked this up so I can just push my creativity, which I did for about, I want to say, 5 videos. Okay. Still utilizing this every now and then. And then I don't believe I really dabbled on this yet. This was actually given to me by a good friend of mine, and this is a Sony HD Handycam. This thing has like crazy zoom. It's just a, resembles the old school kind of camcorders, and I got that for the, how everybody's into the whole nostalgia or nostalgic feel of things. And then speaking of nostalgia, I actually got hooked up with a pocket dispo lens. These fit, they can be, printed out to fit any mirrorless, full frame, whatever camera you're rocking with. And it's called pocket dispo. You can look them up. I've seen them on everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, all this noise. They just took a disposable camera lens and then fucking did this little 3D print to fit your camera. Sha! And you get that, again, nostalgic feel of, old school disposable cameras. And then I got my notepad for video ideas, how to have like positive mantras for myself to, keep going the next day. And I write a lot of ideas. There's a lot of ideas in here that haven't come out yet. And I should probably do better with that. So, yeah, man. And then lastly, I think my other real gimmicky tools, wherever they are, I don't... Oh, right here. Got you. Give me a quick second. So it's a funny story on how I got these, but the Ray-Ban Metas. So these are just the Ray-Bans. Oop. Ray-Bans with a camera. I believe this side. This side lights up whenever you're taking a photo or a video. But yeah, I got these to kind of, be able to listen to music, be on a call, and then had a camera, so why not? I've probably utilized these more than like my GoPro. But there you have it. Like this, see, where I'm at now is definitely more than this is more than adequate for the kind of stuff I'm doing, okay? And of course, you always want to get new toys to play with, to be able to level up your videos, but like I was saying when I had the conversations with Brian, Voss, and John, man, like this is a $1,200 camera. $1,200 camera, right? And I was complaining that this wasn't good enough for any of my Instagram videos, for anything I was trying to do with TikTok or YouTube. And it was because I was being ignorant, and I decided I was making the stubborn ass choice to not learn how to use the camera. I just would turn it on and be like, okay, this is going to be good enough. And when it came out terrible, oh, it's the camera's fault, And that's not it at all. Definitely my neglect of wanting to learn, wanting to push myself. So they say it all the time, you can get a camera and make great product, right? Like video, photos. And if you're going to blame the camera, majority, 9 times out of the 10, it's not the camera, it's the user. And I'm calling myself out. I was definitely that person. I was not utilizing my stuff. So don't take anything that I'm showing you right now. None of this. Don't take any of this as if, hey, you should get this, but don't forget to get this, and make sure you have one of these. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't do what I did to get here. Okay? Get one. If you want 2 different angles for your videos, get a second camera, but use your phone. Use your phone. Please save yourself some money. Be happy with what you can do with just this doohickey right here. This is the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, okay? You can get so much work done with just your phone. Get yourself a basic laptop computer, whatever it is that you can run your editing software. I use Final Cut Pro. I swear this heater does not like me. And I know I'm running this video much longer than I thought I was going to do, but really pick and choose, right? What it is you're wanting to utilize, what kind of content you're wanting to make, whether it's outdoor, action cam use. What business do I have buying one of these every year? I mean, I haven't. I bought the 4 when it came out, like a month after it came out, and then I believe I bought the 7 a few months after it came out. Then I upgraded to the 9. For anybody that's followed me and watched me for the last few years, I've probably put together 2 videos utilizing this. Why do I need to get it? You know what I'm saying? Don't make my mistakes. That's my main thing here. This is your sign to just make content. Make yourself happy by putting your work out there. Stop blaming the equipment and really focus on yourself, okay? Because no dollar amount, no new shiny object is gonna help you get the results you're searching for unless you're putting in the work for your craft. I'm not even anywhere near I want to be, and I know it's because I just need to put the work in, right? But I'm trying to help bring you guys along with me. I want you guys to come with me. This isn't a, hey guys, I made it to, where I would want to be at, and I'm very successful. No, I am trying to bring people that can relate to where I'm at with me, so we can just gain momentum. We can get moving forward. I don't have all the answers. I just know what I've done wrong, the mistakes I've made, and trying to help anyone else from making the same mistakes. So you're not, wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars on equipment that you didn't probably actually need at all, and then waste your time trying to make up for that money, and then put yourself in a financial, worry because you're trying to make content, right? Let's not do that. Let's not do that no more. So yeah, man, please just do yourself the favor. Don't put yourself through a financial burden of thinking you need to level up your equipment to do this video or accomplish this, or think that, my quality needs to get better so people will watch and look at the stuff I'm doing. Like, no, when you see other creators out here, or other, influencers out here, and they're talking about, really pushing the quality of your content, they're not talking about actual quality. Like, again, I had covered this again early on when I had started my daily videos. It's not the quality of your video, it's the quality of your video, right? Not like the actual visual quality, but what information are you offering? What quality are you bringing to the viewer that you're trying to share your work with, right? Because we do it all the time. We'll be on the Explore page or watching Facebook Reels or TikTok, and we see the first 3 seconds of a video, it doesn't catch us, we move. And then something does. It catches us in the first 3 to 5 seconds. And now we're watching, and then it gets to a point where like, okay, I kind of just either wasted my time or double tap. And then you get what I'm saying, right? Not once did we ever stop watching a video because the quality looked bad, right? If it was informative, if it was funny, it gave value to the viewer in any shape or form, I guarantee you they're not gonna not watch it because your quality isn't the absolute best. You're not running 8K fucking 120 frames a second, and you don't need all that, man. Like, I'm here to tell you right now that that's not the case, right? There are people that will believe in you. There are people that believe in you, and they just want you to do your thing. Get out of your head and stop comparing to other people that you want to connect with. Okay? Be happy that they are gaining success for a similar thing that you're doing. Get inspiration from that. Like, we can't grow as a person, as an individual, if we're being envious of someone else's success, because that person's success or this other person's failure has nothing to do with your outcome or the process that you're going through to get successful. Okay? Just be happy for people, right? Be happy for people. Even if you don't like specific people, who cares if they're being, if they're gaining success and you're not getting as much success? Put more work in, like I need to, and we will get there. Okay? Because it puts you at a lower level and wastes your time and energy to kind of not really be spiteful, but envious of someone else's success, right? And we're not going to stoop so low as to shit on someone else because they're trying to do something, right? Let's not do that. Okay? So I hope this video reaches you, and I hope that this video has struck a chord in you to really want to become better, to realize that, like, hey man, I don't need all the bells and whistles and the shiny new objects and all that, because man, it took me forever to get there. And even with the support of multiple people that have backed me for years, right? And I love seeing people succeed. I will admit that I have been one of those people where it's like I'm not very envious of someone being successful, but I was like, man, like I like doing that too. I've been doing it for a long time. Why ain't I getting it? And that jealousy, like it doesn't help you in any way, because you're blaming somebody else for getting the results you're wanting, but you're not putting in that same amount of work. That's all what it boils down to. So stop wasting money, stop wasting time, and just do it. All right. That's kind of really all I really wanted to cover today. Again, I hope that I was able to, again, really kind of help you put that into perspective on seeing no one's gonna really be able to do, or no one can take you to where you're wanting to go. You have to get there yourself, right? But we as human beings can offer a helping hand to guide you in that direction. And I hope that I was able to do that within this video. I hope that I was able to get you to the point again where you realize you don't need to spend all this money on, getting a camera that someone else is using and their videos look nice and that's why they're getting all this engagement. Like, no, man, they've been consistent. They've, are really talking about things that are helping individuals within that specific category, right? So really hone in, lock in, figure out what it is you specifically need to do work-wise, right? Do you need to train more? Do you need to figure out on how to help somebody not make the same mistakes you did, or offer information and helpful tips onto somebody becoming better in what it is you have experience in? All right. So yeah, I hope that y'all have yourselves a great night. I'm gonna wrap this video up for today, and yeah, we're gonna get back to this whole dance training, and yeah, maybe I'll cook. Maybe I'll cook. What what's some foods you guys actually like to eat? Usually I be cooking like Asian cuisine, and that could be anything from Korean to Filipino to, you know, taking my shot at making something Japanese, you know, Thai, Lao food, man, anything within Asian culture, food wise, I automatically and naturally gravitate to, and that's usually what I do, unless I was doing steaks. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of notorious for steaks. But anyways, what y'all want to see? You know what? And I'm not gonna be no, hey, we're gonna do 8 grams or 3 tablespoons. That's not me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna do that to me. We just gonna throw some together. All right. But yeah, what's some foods that you might want to see, or I might just pop out and do something, because sometimes you gotta pop out and you know what I'm talking about. But I hope y'all have yourselves a great night, great day. We're starting a week off strong. All right. And remember, keep your friends close, but keep your demon closer. Catch y'all tomorrow.